My name is Ben Brachle, and today I'm going to talk to you about transportation distribution and logistics in Nebraska high schools. A little bit about me, I guess. The reason I'm here is because it has been a big part of my life, I guess, in my career for the last 8 years. So you can see I've been involved with a lot of the different programs, and I thought today I would just try to maybe give you a little bit about kind of the steps we went through, some of the things we went through, some of the challenges. I don't know if you want to call them best practice, but that's kind of the angle that I'm going to take today. So anyways, it started back in 2007. So when I was first becoming a teacher, I like to say I hit my head real hard one day and decided that I wanted to become a teacher. I was in industry, and I lost all my hair too. Okay, just wondering if everybody's still awake out there. But all right, so in any event, shortly after I became a teacher, I decided to go to a career type of in-service put on by the Nebraska Department of Education. And Tony Glenn was there, and he was speaking on the career cluster model, and he got to this TDL thing, this transportation, distribution, and logistics, and he said, we do a great job in the state with automotive programs, but that's about as far as we go. And I thought to myself, as being in industry, why couldn't we do more? So I started talking with my colleagues, and we took the idea to our administration. They were very supportive, so we decided to have a little meeting. We thought, well, we better get our facts straight, we better get our ducks in a row, we better ask industry, see what they would like us to do, how we'd like to go about putting this together. Well, we sent out about 15 invitations, and we got about 40 RSVPs back. So the industry, and it was all owners and people that were very high up in their organizations, and they were very excited about this idea. So we had a kind of a monster on our hands. So we started developing this program with the help of our industry partners. And we started at Bryan High School, and one of the things we put together is kind of a pathway of study. So they start with an intro class, which is like transportation related. Then they go through distribution and logistics, and then they capstone with an internship. It's kind of a neat program. We got a lot of good energy, and there's a lot of kids that really liked it and really benefited from it. Since the years I've been there, you can see that they changed their logo. I don't know why. They didn't like the original one. Can you guess which one was the original one? The one with the forklift? Yeah. So as you can tell, our students are more into the technology piece. So that was part of it. But they do a lot of stuff with a program called First Book, if you want to advance. So the problem that they had was, how can we give them a real experience? Well, First Book is a program that goes out to publishers, and they obtain the overruns and the different books that they need to get out of their DCs when, like, Harry Potter comes out, right? So they got to get rid of these books. So they either destroy them, or they recycle them, or they can give them to this program. So what Bryan did is they partnered. Now they partnered with them, and they do all of the logistics functions for this organization. So they get all the books. Their students do all the picking, packing, sorting. They do all the inventory functions with them. They have real product to do labs with. The First Book program is great because they give these books out to all the different nonprofit organizations. So they send an order to Bryan High School. Bryan High School's students pick, pack, and ship everything. They also get to give away 5% of the books that they receive and ship. So they've given away a lot of different books within the metro area, the Omaha metro area, to different nonprofit organizations, libraries, YMCA, churches, all that stuff. And just another way that they can make this learning real. The First Book likes it because they get a warehouse or a logistics type of function, and Bryan likes it because they have actual real product, and the kids love it because they know that they're making a difference, that they're actually helping people. Right, if you want to advance. The next program, in about 2010, I went to Millard Public Schools, and I helped them start their Distribution and Logistics Management Career Academy. And the Career Academy concept was based on a cohort of students. So what the students would do is, their sophomore year, they would apply, and they would interview and they would be accepted into these different career academies. And the career academy concept was to take that BC student and get them excited about high school again and see their grades come up. And as an instructor, as a teacher, I did see that, and it was a wonderful thing to see. That was kind of what it was based off of. So within distribution and logistics management, they would come their junior and senior year and spend a half a day with us at Horizon High School there in Omaha. And they would be dual enrolled. So we basically dual enrolled our curriculum with Metropolitan Community College. So as juniors and seniors, they are taking Metro classes and earning Metro credit. So if you'd like to advance the slide real quick. So as you can see, a lot of the offerings that we have on the side have basically transfers to Metropolitan, and then Metropolitan Community College, they can go on from there to go into Metro and finish their degree if they want. They can take those credits and they can transfer it to UNK, where I'm currently employed, or UNL, UNO, with their different transfer agreements. I know that's always kind of tough, but for the most part, they're building this transcript, they're taking these college classes, and they're becoming successful. Now, it's very exciting for me because with my recent move to the University of Nebraska, I am starting to see some of my students come into the distribution program, and it's really awesome to see that. Some of the same students that I taught at Millard the last couple years, some of the students that I helped recruit are starting to come into the supply chain program that Tom talked about and the distribution program here at UNK. So it's very, very exciting. We're going to go ahead. Along with our distribution experience, we also try to, like Brian, try to figure out a way that we could make the learning into a real experience without, building a warehouse facility. There's very few transportation, distribution, logistics programs across the nation. Some of them are blessed to have these marvelous distribution facilities, but a vast majority are not. So what we did is we went to the board, and we basically ended up getting a little corner in our distribution facility. It's the Ron Witt Student Support Center there in Millard Public Schools. And what our students do then is they manage all of the K through 5 math and science curriculum. So what we do is we use our WASP warehouse management system, and the students do all of the cycle counts. They take care of all the inventory visibility. And when curriculum specialists need something, they send us the orders, and we pick, pack, and ship. It gives us a real-life lab. It allows us to actually give them the real learning, the learning that they crave. And they like it a lot, too, because quite frankly, they remembered using some of that stuff when they were in K through 5th grade years. So they really enjoy it. They really like it a lot. And it really gives them that real-world spin. We also have an industry advisory board. And our industry advisory board has really helped us out over the years. The people in industry really, they're excited to help. We reached out to them, and they've helped us a ton with different things. As I mentioned before, with part of our curriculum is an internship that they have to go through. So we give them release time, normally on Wednesday afternoons, and they go and they do an internship. Our advisory board helps place those students. We also do a lot of different field trips. And we've been to places like Union Pacific, we've been to Werner Logistics, Shopco Distribution, Kloss Manufacturing, Nebraska Machinery Company, all these different companies. And then I also was able to bring a load of students from Omaha to Western Nebraska, and we visited the Bailey Yard. We visited Cashway Distribution here in Kearney. We visited UNK. So our industry is very, very anxious to help and to be used. Along with that, if you want to advance, I kind of go in. Within our program, our students actually get 2 different certifications. So the Manufacturing Skills Standard Council is a 501c3, and it's a nonprofit, and it's an industry council, and they have certification called Certified Logistics Technician and a Certified Logistics Associate. And throughout our curriculum, our students have the opportunity to sit for those various certification. So when they come out of high school, not only are they getting Metro credit, but they're getting a national certification. And one of our classes also is a safety class. I noticed that some of the industry panels were talking about safety. That's a big thing. One of our safety classes, they actually get their 30-hour OSHA card. So they can come out and they're marketable after high school. If they want to go that route, they can go into community college, they can go into a university. They have some options. Okay. But yeah, the MSSC is something that they just started this, I think it was back in 2007, 2008. So it's really come on as a great certification. So you might be asking, and I heard some of it is, what can we do, or what's some of the takeaways? So myself and some of the teachers in the state that teach in these programs were approached to help develop some curriculum. So the transportationcareers.org project was supported by the United States Department of Transportation, the Federal Highways. And basically what we did is we put together a website, and it has a lot of free curriculum. Now this curriculum is stuff that I helped develop, but I've also used a lot of it in my classroom when I was in those various roles. I know that some of it is still being used in some of the different classrooms. And the other thing that's really nice about it is it's completely free. So there's nothing other than just logging on and getting that stuff if you want to advance real quick. So it's very easy. This particular website, you just go to the pathway you want. You pick the lesson, and then you just download the files, and they're all there. It's very easy to take some of this curriculum and incorporate it into different classes. I know that not every district has their own distribution program, but these are some resources that can hopefully add life to, or add the subject to any classroom, and a lot of different technology and business subjects. Okay, if you want to go on. We were also challenged with putting together a intro to TDL class for the Maryland Department of Education. And we took this and we put it up on this website as well so that it could be free for everyone. But it basically walks you through a 135-hour class. It's listed in sequence. It lists all the different documents that you need to use. And then on the side it also, and it's kind of fuzzy up there, but it also points out anything that you might need to buy or purchase. And for the most part, a lot of it we tried to stay as low cost as we could, like you use Google Earth for something. Well, that there's a little cost there. You have to get it set up, but the download's free and it doesn't take very long. So we tried to make it as least expensive as possible. Go ahead. So I guess to wrap this up, because I'm sure I'm out of time or very close to being out of time, I wanted to leave you with a couple do's and don'ts that we kind of ran into and throughout the years of putting these programs together. The first one is that it really, this career field kind of dances in business and industrial technology. To kind of give you a background, I got a degree from the University of Nebraska Kearney in Industrial Distribution. And remember when I told you I hit my head really hard that one time? Well, something good came out of it because I had enough credits that I was both endorsed in business, BMIT, as well as industrial technology. So it kind of dances in both arenas. So a lot of this stuff can be added into business and industrial technology courses. Another challenge that we had was really recruitment. As Tom was saying, I like to say that this industry is hidden in plain sight. So there's not a TV show on it, or there's not a video game on it. The kids don't really know about it. But when they do find out about it, they see the opportunities and they get excited. And I've seen them get excited. And the recruitment, though, is a little bit of the tough part. How do you get to a student to understand as a sophomore, as a junior? And I always used to say they have a hard time seeing past Friday night, right? They have a hard time seeing that far. But how do you get them to see it? Well, as we started doing different recruitment and started marketing the different programs, they started to get it and they started saying, oh yeah, that makes sense. How did that get there? Or how it didn't just show, it didn't just appear there. And they really get it, but it doesn't come without a little bit of price, without a little bit of devotion. The recruitment is definitely a challenge. The last two is just partner with industry. I know I said that before, but I can't say it enough. We would not be nearly as successful as we were without help from industry partners. They've been just wonderful to work with, to give us ideas, to help us with. Sometimes to take a field trip to a place or anything like that, the biggest challenge is getting the bus, right? That's the biggest challenge. And sometimes they've even helped with that. So getting into these different places and getting the students to see them has not been the challenge at all. They've been very open and very helpful. And then lastly, I just encourage to utilize different resources. I would offer what little I know up to anybody that has questions or would like to ask, but also we're starting to get a nice network of teachers in Nebraska that are experienced in teaching TDL-related curriculum. And Mike Rogers from Millard Public Schools and Mark Bowder from Bryan High School. And they're all very, very willing to help and utilizing some of those free resources like transportationcareers.org. And there's been more of a push with the different videos and stuff. So it is to not turnkey, but very close to where you can have available resources. So I think I'm out of time. I think that's it for me. And I'll pass it on to the next person.